Make this feast and you'll have the luck of the Irish on your side.
Perfectly cooked corned beef brisket that's juicy and oh so delicious.
And don't you just love making dinner in one pot?
Made even better with some horseradish chive sauce.
I love horseradish.
Horseradish. I can't say it.
It's so good, you guys. So it's almost about to be St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, I got my green on. I'm going back to my high school days with the polo.
I know, and we have our leprechauns that are here to join us today. So we're loving it. And so, of course, we have to do corned beef. We've done corned beef before many times, and we've done it in our Instant Pot.
Slow cooker.
We've done it in our slow cooker. And so today we're going to, I think this is maybe one of my favorite ways to do it.
This is super easy
delicious.
Too.
It's very popular up in New England. I think that's where it originated from. But anyway, so
I think they call it a New England boil.
Yeah. So I've got a nice corned beef brisket here. So you can do your own corned beef. It takes about 5 days. You need some seasonings and all.
Just buy it.
Or you can just go to the store and get some. And they've got this lovely little packet here.
Totally.
This is a brisket. This is the flat cut as opposed to the point. And if there's any, usually these are already nicely trimmed. You want a little fat on there for flavor. So this doesn't have a whole lot of fat, which is great. And I got mine. I've been going to Whole Foods a lot lately, but the Whole Foods has a really nice selection of them. And go ahead and use the packet that they give them. They've got a little spice packet, and I love this. This is a combination of like mustard seeds, and it's got some bay leaves. It's got some caraway, some fennel, whatever they've got.
I love it.
Yeah, and just press that into your meat. This is about a 2.5 pound brisket that I've corned beef brisket. You definitely want to make sure it's corned beef, not just a regular beef cut of brisket. Okay, now now I've got a nice large. I'm using my nice sized. I think this is a 6-quart Dutch oven. You want something that you can just simmer this in, and what's really important is that we're going to close the lid.
Yeah.
And it's just going to braise in this amazing liquid. So,
yes.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so I've got this liquid that Chris just mentioned. I'm going to put that together. I've got a tablespoon of whole grain Dijon mustard. Get that in there.
Yes.
Yes.
So, okay, I'm going to wait to talk until you're finished. Which would be a small miracle.
No, and then a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
That and horseradish. I can't say the
I know. Well, they're a mouthful.
Then I have a bouillon cube. Beef bouillon cube that I've crushed up.
We've not been drinking Guinness, I promise.
No. And then I've got a clove of garlic as well.
It's 2 cloves.
2 cloves, sorry. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm just going to mix that all together with 2 cups of beef broth. At least I could say that.
Yes, right. So a lot of times when I think traditionally this recipe, this is just done with good old water. You want to mostly submerge your brisket, and then we're just going to like braise it and simmer it for about 2 hours till it gets nice and tender. But
we can't
just leave good enough alone. We like to amp up those flavors, and we've done it both ways. Both are really good, but you guys, when you add these flavor enhancements, it's phenomenal.
So good. All right, I'm going to kind of do this over to the side so that
he worries. He doesn't want to knock off those mustard seeds and things, but they stay. I mean, I did a good job of pressing them in.
There we go.
There you go.
Get all that stuff out.
That's the bouillon cubes.
There we go.
Delish. Okay, now we've got some black peppercorns, which just add a nice depth of flavor. That's probably, 8 to 10. And then, a little Guinness. I mean, we're going Irish, so you got to do some Guinness beer.
I love it.
This is stout beer. Again, you don't have to cook with it. You could just go with all beef broth, or you could go with.
A lot of people just use water, like you said.
Like I said, yeah. Now, you do want to really pretty much submerge it. So I'm just going to continue to do this until most of it is submerged
There we go. It depends on the size of your pot, right? How much
it does
water you put in there.
Right. And there we go. That's good. And now that's going to simmer beautifully. Your house is going to smell. I know you're going to do
my Irish
jig.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much any day of the week. So, okay, I'm going to crank this to high, and we're going to bring this to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, then we're going to lower the heat to a nice simmer and cover it, and it's going to simmer for 2 hours. And then we add all those wonderful vegetables.
Yes.
And then we eat. As always, if you guys had smell-o-vision, you would be happy. But you know, the best next thing is just to make it yourself.
Yeah.
So, all right, this has been going for close to 2 hours. I always like to let this go 2 hours if possible. And look at that.
Wow.
That is gorgeous.
Wow.
I love that. Just that pink hue of the brisket is so beautiful.
Yes.
Now it's time to add the vegetables. So I have got 12 ounces of these. What I love about these are little petite yellow potatoes, and there is no need to peel them, and I just splattered myself.
That's okay.
It's a party. And now we've got one medium-sized onion that I've peeled and quartered. This is just, these are going to cook down, and they're so delicious. And then I've got, 4 medium-sized carrots.
I don't think a dog will eat that.
No. I tried to give her a carrot earlier, and she wouldn't. Let me grab one of these. And these are 4 medium-sized carrots that I just peeled, and I cut into, just nice-sized pieces that you can pick up and eat. And
I'm always so surprised that those get done within a half an hour.
Well, that's all it takes. But, so now we're going to bring this back to a boil, and then we're going to cover it, and these are going to go a total of 30 minutes. After 20 minutes of simmering, we've got this beautiful rock the cabbage, as we like to say. This is
rock the cabbage.
This is a medium-sized cabbage that I've just taken the core off and then cut it into these nice wedges. They don't take long for it to steam and get perfectly delicious with this. So we'll add that in after 20 minutes.
Yeah, and so I'm going to quickly put together this horseradish chives sauce that is really...
It's the perfect match to this.
You got the salty corned beef, and then you've got this refreshing horseradish and sour cream. So that is a cup of sour cream. Mm-hmm. I've got a quarter cup of prepared horseradish sauce.
He's not been drinking Guinness, I promise you.
I cannot, but I just can't. Those two
There's
words
certain
together.
words that are hard for Wesley
Those two words together, yes. Mm-hmm. And then I've got a tablespoon of, that's a teaspoon, right?
That's a tablespoon.
A tablespoon of chives, chopped chives.
Yum, yum, yum.
Get all of those good chives in there.
This is such a great flavor combination.
Yes.
You can do just plain a horseradish sauce, but...
A teaspoon, or 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Mm-hmm. And then I've got some...
Are you sure that's Worcestershire?
That's Worcestershire sauce. Then I got a teaspoon of just regular Dijon
That's a
mustard.
tablespoon.
I'm looking right at it, too. And then a quarter teaspoon of some cayenne pepper.
We did it!
Throw that in there, sorta. We sorta did it.
Well, yeah.
And then I'm just going to mix these together, and then I'm going to stick it in the fridge and let it get a little
nice and chilled. And
yes.
You can do that well in advance.
Yes.
And... oh my gosh, you guys. So this is going to come to a boil. It's just taking a little bit to do that. And then I'm going to reduce the heat like we did before. And did I say that before that we...
Oh, you didn't know?
I didn't. So earlier when it came to a boil, then I put the lid on and then I turned the heat down. And you just want it to have a nice, just easygoing simmer. There's going to be a lot of heat in there when you cover it up with the lid. So then just let it simmer. And we're going to do the same thing with the vegetables. It's about to get to a boil.
Oh, there it is. I can see it bubbling.
I can see it too. And then, oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite meals of the year.
Yes.
We're going to celebrate like we're in Ireland. And then we're going to eat. Okay, we are almost there. So I know I'm giddy. So after 20 minutes, we opened up our lid and then we just placed the cabbage wedges on top, and they just steam beautifully. And look at that. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
So I'm going to turn this heat off.
It's so wild. In just that 10 minutes, those get nice and steamed.
I mean, if you like your cabbage super, super soggy, or it's just like, I don't know, really, really soft, then you could let them go longer. But I think this cooks them just perfectly. I remember as a kid, most kids don't like cabbage. I think I guess it's an acquired taste. I don't know. My grandma in Kansas, who was Czechoslovakian, would make cabbage. We'd come into the house and you could just smell the cabbage boiling, and I was like, "That's gross smelling." And now I can't get enough of it. It's wonderful. Okay, here goes the fun. Look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? Now, if I can do this without, I need the luck of the Irish, please. Oh, this looks great.
There we go, right here, Chris. Right where my hand is, so everybody can see it.
There we go.
There we go, perfect.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they got a
little random carrot.
Oh, that's a hot carrot.
hot carrot coming through. So now these should be cooked beautifully. I can already tell they're nice and tender. Those potatoes are cooked through. So we're gonna let that rest and just kind of let those juices settle in there. There you go. And I'm gonna fish all these out, and then you can arrange a beautiful platter, however you want to do it. This liquid that we have been using to cook the vegetables and the meat in is loaded with flavor, as you can imagine. If you wanted to save it and drizzle it over your meat, that's fine. But what I like to do is we save it, and then we make like soup, any kind of a beef broth-based soup is delicious. I think I'm going to use this and make some beef stroganoff with it.
Oh, what about some French?
Would you hold this for me? It's getting very heavy.
Sorry, I'm just like,
oh boy, that sounds really good.
What about French onion?
That French onion, I think would be good too. I mean, you know, whatever you want to use beef broth with.
Now everybody doesn't have to sit here and watch us do this.
I know that I know, as exciting as our banter is. So I'm going to finish getting these out. Then we're going to let that meat sit for just a couple more minutes, and then we're going to slice it, and then we finally are going to eat it. Okay. Okay. Time has come.
You know, it looked so much bigger going in.
I know. Well, it's an optical illusion. It's because it's cooked down a little bit, and it's absorbed all those amazing flavors. All right, so now I'm going to try and do this without.
I'm not going to do anything until you cut that.
Okay.
Oh yes, there you go.
Oh, it just cuts so easy. Look at that.
Ooh.
That beautiful red hue. That's normal. That's not. That doesn't mean that it's like really rare. That's from the
brine.
From the.
Wow.
Oh, it's just so. I'm amazed at this.
All right, while you do that, I'm going to plate us up some. I'm going to give us a little cabbage.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the innards of this cabbage.
And what you can do, obviously, with leftovers of this, if there are any, which is rare, is corned beef hash. You can do Reuben sandwiches, and this heats up so beautifully. You can just have more of what we're doing.
Yeah.
Also, a beautiful way to serve this.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Is if you've got friends and family coming over, is get yourself a nice big platter, slice this all up, put the meat in the middle, and then just arrange these vegetables all around the side of it. Make sure you've got your horseradish chive sauce, and you're going to want some coarse ground salt, some freshly ground pepper. I'm just stalling.
I'm sorry, I've got everything's in my way. Now I'm going to get some potatoes and some.
Yeah.
There we go. Yum. And some carrots.
Oh my gosh, this is.
There we go.
Again, I don't know why we don't have this all the time.
I know.
I mean,
it's so good. Well, I don't know. We might get a little fat.
Well, red meat, there's good protein here.
Okay, Chris, throw some on there.
Okay.
Yum.
That's amazing. I'll give you one more.
Yeah, give me another little slice. Look at that, y'all. Oh, there we go.
That's good.
Oh.
I love it. It's the same kind of like when I just get the same feeling of like when we're doing like a prime rib and you just cut into it and it's so loaded with flavor.
Yes.
Okay. Did you?
Right.
You got mine too.
Yes,
okay, good.
here you
Thank
go.
you. Oh, perfect.
There.
Let me move this out of the way because I am ready to
Watch out there.
eat.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Now, I would definitely also recommend you want to salt and pepper your vegetables as well as the meat. So I've got some coarse sea salt here, but any old good salt will do.
You're going to add a little more salt to my corned beef, which is
Well,
nice.
yeah, no, it's a little texture of the salt is wonderful.
A little pepper.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm very bossy.
Oh, that's an understatement.
Now I need a little of this. I'm just going to put some right here.
Yeah, I mean, so horseradish it's got a flavor to it, so a little goes a long way. But
Yes.
the sour cream and the Worcestershire, all of that just sort of like blends together, and
May
it's
I?
wonderful. Yes, you may.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I am salivating.
Me too. Me too.
Oh, boy.
All right, I'm going in.
All right. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna stay in.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to take maybe a big bite. Put a little of that horseradish on there. I love horseradish. Okay.
We going?
Yeah.
That's up. I'm gonna get out my notepad and start writing home about that.
No,
That's good.
that's ridiculous.
And you know what? Like I said, we've made it so many ways. I think
That is ridiculous.
my favorite is just braising it like that in the liquid.
That meat right there
Melt in your mouth.
is totally. And wait, hold on, I'm gonna get a little potato.
Yeah.
Oh, that is just nice and I might
Perfectly
put
done.
myself.
No, you won't. All of the flavors, the cabbage. I tell you what.
Sorry, y'all. I just gotta try the cabbage.
I tell you what. Our Irish friends, they've got it figured out with this one.
That is amazing. I'm gonna eat this whole thing.
And I know you. You can't eat it all because we've got to make corned beef hash.
Irish jig. Oh, y'all. This is 100,000% lunar proof. Oh, hi.
I would attempt my Irish accent, but then we'd really infuriate our Irish friends.
Oh.
Guys, we hope that you're about to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, or if you're not watching this, anytime is a good reason to make this corned beef. It is so delicious. So good. All right. We love you guys. We are lucky to have you in our lives.